This is not a holiday camp. This is a business proposition from heaven.
Lord Sugar is searching for a brand new business partner.
We've got Brexit, but in this process, I'm the one who decides who's going to remain and who's going to leave.
Competing for his cash. Millionaire moguls in the making.
I'm not impressed at all. It was boring, boring, boring. There was no bloody strategy.
Go, go, go!
It's a prize worth fighting for.
What's it?
How can you say you don't know whether it was undermined when you didn't hear the comments?
It is a bit of an insult.
I'm not insulting anyone.
18 candidates.
Are you putting any input, or are you just trying to stray away from actually making a decision yourself?
12 tough tasks.
Are we going to win this? Oh!
1 life-changing investment.
You're fired. You're fired. You didn't follow the money. You're fired.
Previously,
Your task today is selling robots.
the teams brought their robots to life.
Hello, I'm Jeffrey.
Michaela led the boys,
Is he simple to program?
Really?
but a last-minute name change
Simon.
Simon, yeah.
caused chaos.
We say his name is Jeffrey, but his family name is Simon.
And their pitch
Simon, Jeffrey. This is very confusing.
was shut down.
Any numbers that you would consider trialling in the store?
Probably not right now.
On the other team,
Are you happy with that?
Yes.
Jade laid down the rules,
My decision is the last voice, okay?
but crossed wires
I expected to have a bit of help, and if it wasn't for
Did you need help?
caused complete overload.
Just zip it or be constructive.
How dare you? Don't talk to me like that.
In the boardroom,
What would we get out of sabotaging you?
I don't know.
despite more arguments,
People started to say that you're no challenge for me, and then
No,
saying
no,
about
no, we
business.
didn't.
a third straight win for the girls.
You seem to have pulled it off, ladies.
On the losing team,
This is a bloody shambles, you lot.
Michaela was almost terminated,
There were some fatal errors made here.
but it was Elliot
Sometimes people just sit back and let everybody else fall on their sword.
who became the third casualty of the boardroom.
Elliot, you're fired.
Now 15 remain to fight for the chance to become Lord Sugar's business partner. "5:20 a.m.
Hello?
Good morning. Lord Sugar would like you to meet him at Olympic Way. The cars will be leaving in 20 minutes.
Thank you. 20 minutes, we're meeting at Olympic Way.
We've got 20 minutes and we need to get on.
This could be potential for a team vitality win.
It's about time.
The boys, they're just not as strong individually as the women.
Nothing's gonna come my way.
It's Olympic Way.
Something to do with sport. You got any ideas?
I'd be really happy if it's rugby. I'd love to tackle one of those boys and get him in a ruck.
How much coffee have you had?
Here we go, look.
Wembley!
Wembley Stadium, northwest London.
Wembley.
England's football mecca, where soccer legends battle it out for victory.
Oh my God! That's amazing.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lord Sugar.
And welcome to Wembley Stadium. Now, the football industry is worth an amazing £4 billion a year in the UK alone. And the growing part of the industry is women's football. And tomorrow, in this stadium, the Women's FA Cup final will be played. For this task, I'd like you to lay on a VIP hospitality box. I've arranged for each team to meet a client. but it's going to be up to you to negotiate a price with them. But here's a word of warning. If you don't deliver a good experience, the client can demand a refund. I also want you to run a match day stall outside the ground. It's quite simple. The team that makes the most profit will win, and in the losing team, at least one of you will be fired. Now, boys, 3 weeks, 3 losses. I've got to balance the teams up. So choose which one of these ladies you want to join your team.
Sarah, man.
Yeah. Sarah. Okay, Sarah, come and join this team. Okay, everything clear?
Yes,
Yes, Lord. Well, good luck, and I'll see you in the boardroom in a couple of days' time. Off you go.
Thank you.
Teams have 2 days to come up with pitch-perfect hospitality experiences, including food, drinks and entertainment for 14 guests.
I don't do football events, but I do weddings.
To kick off, choose a project manager.
So I'll put myself forward.
Okay. Is there anyone else? Anyone? Siobhan, you're our PM.
Okay.
Next, select an entertainer to audition later today.
We've got a magician, a singer. Who are we going to audition?
It's your choice.
Well, no, I'm just... What does everyone think?
Siobhan, it's your decision. What do you want to go with?
Singing. So I'm going to go singing.
So this is what we have to audition.
Same choice for Team Vitality's new captain, Andrew.
We've got a magician, we've got a singer.
If they get the wow factor from the magician, they're not going to be asking for a refund.
We can use our own resource and then we save the money. I thought Harrison could sing some of his swing or his rap part, and that would be our entertainment.
Would you do that?
No, but you're good, mate.
I've heard you in the shower.
We've heard you sing.
We'll audition the magician, we see if he's any good. Yeah. And if he can make the money disappear, you can't have a refund.
Then what is a reasonable price for one of these boxes?
We have to remember, it is the FA Cup final, but it's not the men's FA Cup final.
Last year, more people came to watch women's FA Cup final than what came to watch the men's England game. Football's football. It's at Wembley Stadium.
Versus men's football, there's still more money in men's football. I don't have a filter. I speak and my mind catches up. But ultimately, it's who I am. If you don't like it, lump it.
We can't justify a too high a price. I agree with Andrew on that one.
Champagne on reception, high-end food.
Aiming for a more Premier League experience, the girls.
They don't want to have cheap stuff going on in the room. Yeah. Give them a high price, make some money.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
We're on the same page.
Let's go then.
Okay.
Going to win this?
Yes.
Sure, of course, boss.
Can't hear you. Are we going to win this?
Yes,
Yes. Are you ready?
Midday. Half the teams head off to meet their corporate clients. Remaining at the stadium,
My mouth's watering.
Andrew's team sample their menu choices.
So we've got 2 options to show you today. We've got a nice fillet of beef, and this is your vegetarian version. Whole can and potato cake. Please tuck in and try.
What's the price? £36 per head.
Oh my God. That really is stunning. Wow. Oh my God. So, are there any other options?
You've also got sushi as well.
Being from the north, sushi is a thing, but sushi's definitely a predominantly London fashion almost.
Yeah, we'd go for
I
that
think a
one.
football fan looking for that. We've all sided for beef. Should we talk about the canapes? How many people would this be for?
3 canapes, £9 per
So £9 a person.
Yeah.
Just going on to the drinks section, we'd probably be looking at the middle range.
Don't forget though, guys, this is about profit, okay?
Cheapest one's £32.
Okay.
Now, the prices in here, are they negotiable at all?
They're not, no. And you need to provide us with an order by the end of the day today.
Okay.
Ooh, the smell.
For project manager Siobhan, a choice: budget sandwiches or upmarket halibut.
I think the halibut, if we don't go higher end, we might have to charge less, which means we'll make less profit.
Are you going to be doing the alcohol side as well?
We've got a full wine list, a beverage list here for you.
Fab. Thank you so much.
Crystal.
Take them over. If you lead on the
Actually, I
champagne.
think, just so we've got a bit more order, I'm going to put Bush in charge of numbers, okay? But you don't drink. No, but it doesn't matter, it's making numbers. So.
Yeah, quick question. Roughly, how many glasses can you get out of one bottle?
Siobhan plans events for a living, so why put Bushra, who doesn't drink, in charge of ordering wines? It makes no sense. Surely Siobhan should be doing that.
When you go high end, some places do offer unlimited wine.
Joanna, I'd like you to go in and just say we're really keen that we understand what they expect.
On the way to negotiate a box budget with their clients, the sub-team, led by Elizabeth.
We need to have an understanding of what sort of things they'd like to eat, what drinks they would like to see, how much of it. Now, if you guys are asking these questions, I can take the lead on negotiating the cost with the client because I feel it's more coherent if one person talks the figures and the money.
Yeah.
Before meeting their clients, they need a rough idea of basic food and drink costs.
Hi, Siobhan, it's Elizabeth.
Hi, how you doing?
What's the bottom tier, please?
It was sandwiches,
Canapes and a bottle of wine per person.
and that's £828.
828
That's not actually including entertainment.
per person?
Altogether.
They've just done the lower end. Have you done the lower end?
Including it. So I'm confused.
Because you're meant to be doing the calculations.
This is ridiculous.
225, 450, 225.
What's the 450, please? That was the alcohol. I'm just going to jump in quickly.
The main course and canapes, £180 per person.
That is how much roughly it's going to cost us. Minimum.
We need to think about our profit margin, so you've got to get 30-40% on that.
We're thinking of trying with at least 50 to 60.
Perfect.
They're going to keep the client waiting. We've got to go.
Stop. I need a clear understanding of costs.
You can't keep the clients waiting.
They've gone.
Are they for real?
What the hell was that phone call all about? It is very difficult for me to generate a profit because I don't understand the costs.
Don't worry, she knows what margin. All that information is in good hands with Elizabeth.
2 p.m. About to meet their clients, a travel deals publisher, Team Vitality also need a steer on pricing.
Hello, Andrew.
Hi, Sajan.
How's it going?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll let James run you through the main package. What we're looking at
Doing is giving them a glass of champagne when they come in. They get 3 canapes, and with dinner they'll get half a bottle of wine.
after dinner, we'll get the entertainment in.
What's the bottom number you're willing for us to go down to?
I think something like
325.
person. Don't go any lower than that.
All right, speak to you later. Good luck.
Hi.
Sergeant, how are you?
To achieve their project manager's figures, they'll need to agree a box price of at least $4.5 grand.
What's really important for us is that it's something quite luxury.
Yeah.
Sub-team leader Sarjan heads up the pitch.
Is there any specifications of alcohol you would like there?
We would want the champagne reception. We don't just want a glass on arrival. We don't want to be running dry. And we also have one pregnant guest.
And in terms of entertainment, what would you be looking for?
I just don't want it to be awkward.
Absolutely.
Running the numbers, Ross.
So, we're looking at around about 6,100, which I'm guessing is far beyond what you're expecting, judging by your facial reactions.
I'm afraid it is, yes.
We would need to be moving it down a lot.
So we do have some room to negotiate on that.
Okay.
More around 4.8.
We're not even entering the right ballpark here. I don't want to use the word outlandish, but it is.
£150 a head is what you would expect.
Take that off there. That takes us to, I think, 1720.
No, it doesn't take us anywhere near 1720.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Done.
Deliver it all in at 2,500, then I think we can agree on that.
Hello, Sarjan. Quick one, mate.
Andrew, listen, they've really
Really knocked us down on the price.
they're only willing to pay 2,500. Seriously, it's the best that we can do. All the food has got to remain, yeah, but you need to get that
Champagne per glass down to £5 a glass.
There's no negotiation on the alcohol price.
There's absolutely no other wine options, Andrew.
There's no other wine option. They were the cheap ones. It sounds like they've overpromised and under-delivered to us.
One pregnant guest, Andrew.
Yeah. We need some soft drinks as well. I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because we're giving them too much for their money anyway, I think. Can we negotiate on the entertainment, the costs that you guys have come back with?
The entertainment might not be available.
Guys, we need to go. We've got to go.
Cheers.
Fucking hell.
That entertainment could destroy it if they mess it up.
Yeah.
3:20 p.m. Meeting with a technology and marketing company to agree a budget for their box, the girls' sub-team, led by Elizabeth.
What's the most important aspect for you?
An entertaining day for our clients, really. Something quite special. We've got some entertainment for you, which is a singer. I think it could be a little bit uncomfortable.
Do you think? A
having
bit
somebody-
awkward? Okay. Drinks-wise, champagne, wine, beer.
I was lucky enough to be at Cheltenham a few weeks ago. The box there had its own bar.
So you want all the drinks included in the price per head?
Yes, that's what we've assumed.
So maybe champagne, canapes, main course, and then obviously drinks all the way through. Yeah.
So, would you like to know some sort of costs that are involved?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, realistically, we're going to be looking around about £350 a head. Is that the sort of cost that you're happy to go in at and pay for your clients?
Not what we budgeted, really.
Okay.
We've got a budget of somewhere between £2,000 and £2,500.
Okay. We would be looking at really a cold buffet.
Then we're unlikely to take a box.
So if we went for £2,500, would you leave it with us to give you something special?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We won't have a dry day, don't worry.
Hello? How was it? Was it good or bad or what?
Tough meeting.
The client is giving us a budget of £2,500. For that, they would like canapes, main course, dessert,
And wine. And an open bar.
They just want everything in £2,500. That's like nonsense.
No, I have not promised these people an open bar. What I've shaken hands on is a nice day out.
And they don't want a singer.
They want a
They
singer.
want a singer.
They do not.
They do not want a singer.
No.
All right, guys.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.
God, that was hard work.
Across London, hoping to conjure up some corporate box entertainment, the boys' team.
That's quality, isn't it? That's well. Oh, stop it. What? I don't get that. It's weird. Right. So if we were looking to book you in for a half an hour slot, what would that sort of roughly cost us?
Probably talking about £750 mark.
We had in mind when we come in here around about £400 figure.
The only room I've got is £50. You know, that's it.
Thanks
very much.
I
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Martin.
Thank you. 700 is too expensive. Harrison, what'd you think?
Well, come on. Honestly, it's got to worth it for the team. Oh, I'll do what I can. I'll try.
Yeah, we got ourselves an entertainer!
I think I've sang in the shower to myself, and now I'm singing at Wembley. And now I'm singing at Wembley Stadium at FA Cup final. So yeah, it's a bit odd. Oh God.
No, well done, mate. Seriously.
Well done, mate. Cheers, have you soon. You saved the day.
Think about this. It's £2,500.
With deadline fast approaching, Siobhan's biggest decision of the day.
Are you going to give these people every single thing? I don't know.
How much food and drink to order for their 14 guests?
20 wine, I think. Yep. How much is that? How many glasses?
8 glasses of wine each.
Yeah.
Seems a lot.
I don't know. I can't be the only one having input here.
Yes.
Yep,
Your
done.
PM.
Ordering too much risks their profit. Ordering too little could lead to refunds.
Siobhan, I think we need to go down on wine. I'm honestly...
We just want to put in our order if possible.
Yeah.
We want to go for 14 canapes, 14 to the main course, 3 Prosecco, 7 Sauvignon Blanc, 7 Chardonnay, 4 Malbec and 3 Merlot.
In regards to the champagne, if we just give them slightly under what a full glass is, 3 bottles should do, right?
Cutting corners on their order, the boys.
Can we have 6 bottles of red and a bottle of white?
Any canapes or no canapes?
Why don't we not get as many canapes?
Can we get canapes for 7? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Gents, thanks ever so much for your time. Take care, bye. Guys, at the end of the day, there's still a profit to be made in this. We just need to make sure we don't fudge up.
Thank you,
Bye. I think we've ordered 20 bottles of wine, which is about 8 glasses each. To me, that sounds like a lot. I have stipulated let's go down with the quantity, but I guess the people who drink know.
Food and booze tackled. Tomorrow, the cup final. (8 a.m)
From our point of view, we had a cracking day yesterday.
Vitality captain Andrew reveals his bargain basement strategy.
Our total spend at the moment is £1,326.60.
How is it so low? What did you get the entertainment for?
Right, guys, entertainment. It was £700. So what we did, we decided to not get the magician, but Harrison has kindly said he will sing. So I think we need to give him a round.
I've heard him in the shower. Good. FA Cup final, corporate event. If he gets it wrong.
No, don't you have faith, man?
I think you'd be brilliant.
Downstairs.
So how did it go yesterday?
They really did drive a hard bargain. The top budget that they had available was £2,500.
To boost profits, each team also has a stand selling snacks to fans arriving at Wembley.
I've got a suggestion about the stall. I think the prices need to be as high as you can get. I think we can really make back our money that way.
I know that I'm a good saleswoman, so if we do need me to move on to that team...
Why didn't you put yourself forward to be on this team?
Because I also think that I'm good at work in a room.
We should keep the teams as they are.
Do you want to swap?
What do you think? It's up to you.
If you can spare Jade, it would maximise profit on this task.
I'm going to send Jade over to the sub-team to Sil. And it's going to be Bushra, Anissa and myself in the box.
Good, okay.
So in the hospitality box, I'd like James, I'd like Harrison, I'd like myself.
Also making a last-minute substitution, Andrew.
And I do apologise, Charles, but I'd like Sarah.
Andrew, can I just say, Sarah's a real strong sales rep. We need to try and get as many sales that we could win or lose on this.
I think Sarah suits the corporate
I
side
do
as well.
I think you're the only one in this room I'd give that responsibility to, because you keep yourself really well, and you've got a relationship built up with them.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not taking anything away from anyone else, right?
I mean, it is a bit of an insult, actually, mate, to be fair. It is a bit of an insult, like, oh, you're the only one.
What is it?
Because we've all come here for side of business, you're like, yeah, I think you're the only one who's capable of it. You've got a relationship with them. I was sat in with them as well.
I'm not insulting anyone. No one should take that comment personally, okay?
I was offended. Yeah, I think he could have worded it better. But he is just a boy, so...
So Team Vitality, we need to get out there. We need to smash this event.
10 a.m. All head for Wembley Stadium.
Right, guys, brilliant this morning. We've got Jade on our team, top sales. I think we could really do with her.
I don't think it's fair for you acting as if only one person is going to be the saviour of the sales, because none of you guys have actually really seen me properly sell.
I would like everybody to have the opportunity to shine with their sales. And Joanna, if you're at all insecure about anything...
I'm not insecure about anything.
Right, that was the wrong choice of word, potentially.
It was.
Teams split. 2 hours till their corporate guests arrive.
Okay, ladies, so this is your box.
Oh, lovely.
So the wine is here.
Having gone big on booze.
The white wine's in the fridge.
Oh, lovely. Right, let's get going.
For the girls, planning a VIP welcome speech.
I'll write a bit and then maybe have a look and see what you think.
Bushra learns football facts.
Siobhan, this is so boring. I think they'll fall asleep.
I know, but you have to spice it up and put your own touch onto it, mate.
I'm Bushra and I'll be one of your box hostesses today. We've got a lovely menu.
Oh, this smells so good.
Siobhan?
What? Sorry.
Yeah?
What? Sorry.
No? Didn't get that?
I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
As Wembley gears up for the crowds.
Andrew.
In the kitchens, Andrew's team hope to treat their guests like Premier League stars.
So do people tend to do the canapes pretty soon after everyone's arrived?
Yeah. On a five-a-side budget.
Has everybody got 3 each? Is that the idea?
No, we've ordered 7 portions.
But you've got 14 people?
Yeah.
So you're going to cut them in half?
Well, I think it'll just be whoever picks them up first. We ordered nibbles.
We've got nibbles as well.
Yeah. Fill them up a little bit more. God, we've got a lot here for £4.80, didn't we? Hello. Is that loud enough? And now the end is near.
Their corporate clients will be in this box for nearly 6 hours, and they've got 1 bottle of white wine, 6 bottles of red wine, 3 bottles of champagne. That's not going to last 6 hours, not even close.
I did it my way. That's too quiet, isn't it?
Out on the concourse,
This is so much fun.
the sub-teams get acquainted with their snack stalls.
I find myself in this? Some serious side.
With 35,000 fans expected,
I think £4 is probably a reasonable price.
Andrew's sub-team leader Sargent has a pricing plan.
For two, it's going to be £7. Yep, cool. Let's do this. Popcorn! Popcorn! Madam, popcorn? Oh, man. Guys, some popcorn. Okay, let's get you up for a bit, get some more energy in.
Can't, because all this will burn.
Should we trade you Charles? Want to try some popcorn?
I just don't trust Charles. I'm genuinely worried that he's not going to do it right.
I'll give you a look. Come on, try it. Oh, sorry, mate, didn't mean to do that.
If I go out there selling and he messes this up, then we're just going to have nothing.
Bloody hell.
Who would like some candy floss today?
Cooking up cotton candy, the girls' sub-team led by Elizabeth.
Sarah Jane, don't eat the food in front of people. Right, guys, drag some people in, see whether they're happy to spend £4. Do them a deal, 2 for £7, okay?
Hi there, are you looking to get some candy floss? Hello, would you like any candy floss? Would you like to take some cotton candy in with you today? Yes! Okay, 2 bags for £7. Thank you very much. That's 2 for £7. 2 for £7? Guys, as soon as people hear 2 for £7, they just like, do I look like a mug? They literally look at me like that.
People have been doing it for
Some people have been buying it.
Right, do you want to come here and have a go and see if I can get some sold, okay? Sarah Jane, can you please stop eating the product?
Elizabeth,
I know, but
don't start. Well, so you want 2 bags, did you say?
who would like some candy floss?
Stop eating the product.
Yes, 2. Thank you. Okay.
£7 then, please.
Have a great day. Enjoy the match.
I'm finding that people are quite happy with £4, so if you can get on a mate, we can get some
That's
sold.
what we're doing.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Come on, you know you want
No,
some.
thank you.
Yum, 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 yum. You want some? You know you do.
Fresh twat.
2 p.m. VIPs on their way.
Do you think that should be by the door for the champagne as they come in or not?
And if you know,
no starters
goes from outside to inside.
Welcome to Wembley. Hello.
Nice to meet you, James. Lovely to meet you.
Kick-off for both teams.
I'll take your coat. Brilliant.
Welcome. Very nice to meet you.
Hi, guys. Can I convince you to have a baked parmesan custard?
With the girls quick to get out their canapes,
It is quite nice. Yeah.
down the corridor,
Just lasted a bit.
Andrew's team, already running low on booze,
Got no more champagne really left. No problem, I'll have a look after this.
find it's not just fizz that's missing.
What's that? Water. Lemon water. Yum. One of the guests who's pregnant obviously didn't want to drink any alcohol, and all she got was a champagne glass full of tap water, and they should be deeply embarrassed.
I'm ever so sorry. It was a balls up on my behalf, I'm afraid. So what would you like?
Danny, I've got one in my handbag, so I'll sort it out for you.
Andrew's client takes matters into her own hands.
Popcorn! Come on, come on!
Outside, Andrew's sub-team,
£4 for one. Come on.
struggling to pop a profit.
We seem to be almost laughing at our pricing.
It's more important to shift it all than to get big margins. How about 2 at 5?
2 at 5 then, please.
It's a deal.
2 for 6. There you are. Well done. We'll take that all day.
They started the day with a clear pricing policy, but within minutes, they were all selling at whatever they could get for their product.
11 people for £3. That's the deal.
It's totally unprofessional.
What's 11 times 3?
Start the rest of these out, Charles. I'm going to sell. Have a little try. Honestly, I've made this myself. Just treat yourself. Selfie. Come and get kids some. You're going to a big game. Charles, is it burning?
Yeah.
Just leave that. I'll do
No
it.
problem, no problem. Cheers. Don't want to get in the way.
You see where I've not been selling?
That's freshly made.
I've left for 2 minutes to Charles broke out.
Come on.
That's why I've not been able to leave. These boys just don't know what they're doing.
Along the concourse,
One.
star striker Jade is keeping Joanna and Sarah Jane on the subs bench.
Thank you.
Why is it that it's like imperative that if Jade isn't out there, then we won't sell anything?
Yeah, I know.
It's just ridiculous.
Let's get you a nice fresh bag. Thank you very much.
I've got to say that Jade is absolutely amazing. She's got energy, she's got enthusiasm. She's an absolute sales machine, that girl.
Are you girls all right?
No, we'd actually like an opportunity to sell, to be honest.
What do you want me to do?
Stay out here.
Stay out here.
Stay out
Are you
here.
sure you don't want me to come in and
Stay
help?
out here.
Okay. Hi, sir. Can I interest you in some candy floss?
We can all be the best salesperson if we don't help in the back as well.
Thank you so much.
FA Cup kickoff approaching.
Is this the bar?
Inside the stadium, Andrew's squad are out of their box.
What, one
Two
bottle of
bottles of
champagne?
white, one bottle of
Don't buy
champagne.
2 bottles of champagne yet.
Already having to restock their booze.
Guys, look, everyone's waiting for us. Hey. Sorry, guys.
In Siobhan's box,
Just do it now. Where do we stand?
time to bring on Bushra and her football facts.
Oh, well, I don't want to say excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to disturb you. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. So in 1948, the Olympic Games were held here at Wembley Stadium. But I don't know if any of you know Jeff Hurst in 1966 when England beat West Germany with a hat-trick. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're here to make you feel comfortable. If you need anything, then please do let us know. And thank you so much.
I found Bushra's facts on Wembley interesting. You know, I don't know if anybody was actually listening, really. They just wanted one, I think. Show me the way in here.
We've got a Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, a Merlot, and a Malbec.
Down the hall,
And it's soft drinks because I'm driving.
Right, you know what? You should have a look now.
I need to just keep note of all the prices.
yet another trip to the bar for vitality.
We get 2 bottles of that, please.
167.80.
The bill is starting to mount up.
There you go, Joey. We'll start doing the food now.
It's beautiful. It's actually very tasty, you know. There you go.
Cheers, everyone.
With her guests already fed and watered, Siobhan's tactic of unlimited wine seems to be paying off.
I think everyone's looking happy, which is good. No?
It's a cold cannon potato cake.
No, cold cannon.
Cold cannon.
Dinner also done for Andrew's team.
We've got a singer coming, very familiar looking face. Harrison! Thank you.
Time for Harrison to take the field.
So, how to?
Yeah.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. And more, much more than this, I did it took Halls to do that, and they were singing along, so hopefully it saved us £700. So technically that song was worth 700 quid.
Who would like some cotton candy today?
Come on, 2 quid, come on.
Just a popcorn?
10 minutes left, guys.
Last chance for sub-teams
How many bags do you want?
to pull in profit.
One bag only?
Actually, no, 2.
2 bags. There's 3 in a bag, and that's £4. Thank you. Match starts in 5 minutes. Let's absolutely hammer it.
Could I have 4 popcorns, please, Michaela? No problem. Excellent.
I basically just sold 15.
We need to come and sell the last couple of minutes. All right. I get 2 minutes to shine.
2 minutes to be the centre of attention.
There you go. Brilliant. Thanks very much. Thank you very much.
Come on, £1, I'll give you one. Yes, come on.
Enjoy the match. Thank you.
All right, time's up, guys.
Guys, thank you so much for keeping that production up. That was, helpful. Yeah.
Take the tag off that one. It was priceless. We'd sold. Stuffed the tin full of money. You can't ask for more than that.
Match is started, guys. Match is started.
Please make your way out and enjoy the game.
We have smashed it. And thank you so much for your hard work. Come on. Right, let's go get a beer. Come on.
You know what? We fight along the way, but that's us working together as a team.
Go!
Tonight, profits processed. Tomorrow, who will get a red card from Lord Sugar.
You can go to the boardroom now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, a very interesting task, the Women's FA Cup final. The task, as you know, was split into two sections. One was the corporate hospitality box and the other was the outside stall. So, starting with graphene. Siobhan, you were the project manager, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And the reason was because of the experience that you have in arranging weddings in Dubai and places like that.
Yeah, it kind of has the same concept, really.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Tell me about your meeting with the caterers.
There was two choices. There was sandwiches or there was a meal. So we fed back to the other team what was available, prices of alcohol.
Well, this is the point. Logically, the other team having to negotiate, I think they would need to be armed with what your costs are going to be, right? And according to Claude, this turned out a bit of chaos. Is that right?
It was somewhat unclear as to what the pricing was.
You didn't know what your price was. So you went in blind.
I was very concerned that I was going into the meeting blind.
That's not true. We did actually confirm. I mean, I put Bushra on numbers.
Bushra, was you taking note of all these numbers?
Yeah, I was. I mean, it was hard because we were all kind of talking over each other.
What I managed to do was achieve the client's top budget of £2,500. I told them that they would have the canapes, the main...
No, I think that you've pretty well offered them everything.
Unfortunately, the people in the meeting with me, they were virtually agreeing to free bar, champagne.
Sounds very good. I'd like to have been there at this do, actually.
Did we actually say that?
They were taking notes of that and nodding to the client, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Anyway, let's keep going. And then on day two, I think we had a little flip of personnel, right?
Yeah.
Elizabeth, you was joined by Jade.
Yes.
For the stall.
Yes.
Right? Now, at 2 p.m, your clients arrive, and Bushra, you start giving them a history of Wembley Stadium, right?
Yeah, I don't know much about the stadium itself.
I heard about that, yeah. It's like, there's a stadium, and it's called Wembley, and they play football here, and that's it, really. Anyway, you served your courses. Basically, the food side of things went okay.
There was also wine being served.
Yeah, we were looking after them on that side as well.
You ordered 21 bottles of wine.
But there's nothing worse than actually not having enough. So, you know...
Okay, so who manned the candy floss stall?
It was myself, Jade, Sarah Jane and Joanna.
So what prices were you charging?
£4 or 2 for 7. I sent Joanna and Sarah Jane out to start selling initially as well. The feedback was that they couldn't obtain £4 for it. And
well, Sarah Jane, you keep shaking your head.
Yeah, because that's just a total fabrication. What we agreed...
Yeah, Joanna did come back and say, I can't sell it at £4, we need to cut the price, at which point I said, well, let me try.
From what I can understand, you were making it.
It was me the majority of it.
Right. There was an issue of the price point. You said you couldn't get £4 for them when you went out and started to sell.
No, actually, I just gave the feedback. He said, come back and let us know what people were testing the water. Yeah. So I gave you the feedback of what was happening.
Your feedback was that you couldn't sell it at £4.
Did I say to you, Elizabeth, I can't sell this?
You said we can't sell this product at £4. Let's drop it.
Look at the board.
I got it.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand why it's so complicated, really.
Because sometimes, Elizabeth, you will blatantly say a lie, and that's why I get frustrated.
With respect, that's an insult to my integrity, and I do not appreciate that.
I feel like I have to defend myself. I feel like you're saying incorrect information.
You finished?
Yeah.
Good team leader?
I think at first there was a little bit of struggle, but then I think that's the same with anybody when they're starting out.
Good cooperation?
Yeah, they were. Everyone was good, yeah.
All right. Okay, over to you lot now. Andrew, the project manager. I heard from Karen here that you don't rate women's football. Is that right?
Well, this might come up.
Well,
I think I was quite respectful around.
I mean, the women have been pretty good over the last 3 weeks. They've kicked your ass, haven't they? That's for sure, right?
Yes.
Who went and saw the catering people?
Corporate team, myself, James, Harrison and Charles.
I heard you certainly digested what was going on, because I think you ate the whole bloody lot, didn't you?
The food was
It was like you hadn't eaten for a week.
Yeah.
It felt like we hadn't eaten.
Now, Sarah, you joined the team. Is that right?
Yes,
yeah.
Patrick.
I think when you got in there, you felt like you'd been lifted out of a war zone. You was quite happy.
Yeah, I was happy.
I heard you did the pitch to the corporate company.
Yeah, the four of us split the pitch up a little bit. We all had a section of it.
What we wanted to do with that pitch was really understand what the client really wanted from the event.
And Ross, he went in there first of all and said to the lady 6,100. She then started laughing, right? Yeah. Then you said, okay, how about 4,000 odd pounds? Is that
So
right?
basically my thinking was...
And then she was still giggling then, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very difficult negotiation. I
You
didn't feel like...
blurted out something like £1,700, to which the lady said, done, like that. And I think Michaela got in there and rescued it at that point.
It was embarrassing because we'd gone in so high to reduce so quickly and we had to turn them around. So we were working on the back
All right.
foot.
Anyway, let's cut to the chase here. How much did you get?
2,500.
What about entertainment?
We opted to audition The Magician.
How much did he want in the end?
700, and he would not budge.
So what did you end up agreeing to do?
So I heard Harrison singing in the shower, and he has the voice of an angel. So
I'm not sure about the angel.
I heard from Karen that you tried to do a rendition of Frank Sinatra. Unfortunately, you did do it your way, yeah? Not Frank Sinatra, you sounded more like Frank Lampard, actually. So tell me about that day.
We had champagne reception. So
It was the shortest champagne reception in history, though.
It was quite short, yeah.
Jenny bought 3 bottles of champagne.
They knocked that back in about 2 minutes flat.
They did, yeah.
And you had a pregnant lady there that couldn't, and you had no soft drinks.
One of the hosts pulled out a drink out of purse.
And what? That must have been pretty embarrassing.
It was.
Yeah. And then there was the canapes. You ordered 7 canapes.
The canapes.
There's 14 people.
Yeah, I actually think that was a good shout.
It's not exactly luxury.
Yeah. On the profit side of things, tell me about the popcorn.
So Michaela made the popcorn, Charles, myself.
Got a sore throat today, Michaela?
Sold.
No, I'm just...
I'd like to hear
I'm
a
just
bit from
shy.
you.
Yeah, I made the popcorn. These 3 sold out.
How much you sell it for?
We sold 1 for £4, 2 for 7.
That's what you planned.
That's what
But after
we
about 3 seconds, it was anyone could sell it for any price.
No, for the first hour, we found it really difficult to get people to come to the store. We wanted to get rid of as much popcorns as we could, so we did go to lower prices.
How was your team leader here?
They did well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, now the proof of the pudding, of course, is going to be in the eating. So let's just see how we got on here with the money. So I'm going to break it up into 2 sections, the stall and the corporate box. So, Claude, perhaps you'd let me know how much profit was made from the Candy Floss team.
The Candy Floss team yielded a profit of £352.80.
Right, okay. And Karen, the profit from the popcorn team?
Significantly less, £222.50.
Right. Perhaps you'd let me know how much profit from the hospitality box and any penalties.
Your profit was £993.20. Your client did not ask for a refund. The total profit, therefore, was £1,215.70.
Right. Claude? Well, the hospitality team, no refunds. And they made a profit of £631.56. Yielding a total profit of £984.36.
Right. Well, it's your first win, chaps. Your first win. For your treat, I'm sending you off to the Oval Cricket Ground.
Oh, yes.
Now, here you'll be stepping up to bat alongside the world-famous cricketer Kevin Peterson. So, well done, and off you go.
Thank you, Lord Sugar. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Claude.
Good girls. Brilliant.
Loved that.
Oh, man. Kevin Peterson.
Well, ladies, your first loss. Go off, talk amongst yourselves. You'll come back here later and we'll discuss it in greater detail, okay?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
Surrey County's London Cricket Ground, the Oval. Former England Test captain, Kevin Peterson.
Do you know the rules?
You know, like 6 overs in a game.
6 balls in an over.
Yeah, go back to Watford.
Let's go. Let's get this done.
So everyone's feeling great. Oh, he's Kevin Peterson's back. The whole team are buzzing about this win. And we're on the up now. We're going like this. What?
Sarah is Lady Luck. She brought the winning touch to our team. She's obviously come here to tame the boys as well.
Look at the bat, not his arse. Come on.
It's very different being on the boys' team. They're really high energy, they're really determined, and they actually are quite focused when they need to be.
Go on, Frank Sinatra.
Hands in, let's go. Thank you. 3 cheers, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go!
Right, let's go for beer.
Yes.
I said we need to manage expectations.
And you did not do that, Joanna.
You're the negotiator, so...
Why were you talking to these people about an open bar?
No, it wasn't. When it came to the negotiation, £2.5 grand, shake your hand, bye.
I think that I'm being pushed under a London bus here. I think I'm being made to blame through personal reasons, not business reasons. You knew in that meeting what the plans were.
You've already said
No, I would like to finish my point because you are interrupting. Don't roll your eyes when I'm speaking.
I'll do what I want.
Obviously, Elizabeth held court, constantly putting the blame on other people, and she's just basically disruptive and not a very nice person to work with.
Potentially what we could have done is bought half the amount of alcohol we did, maybe.
Yeah, but you all agreed with me. I didn't make that decision on my own. Don't come back now.
I stand by the decisions on my side, yeah. If I'm fired, I won't be happy because I think I did a brilliant job, to be honest.
Literally might have thought you've got the best deal, but you have promised them everything.
£2,500 is the best deal available.
Yes, Lord Chigger.
Could you send the candidates in, please?
Yes, Lord Chigger. You can go to the boardroom now.
Well, ladies, standing back and talking to Claude, I see that the thing all went wrong on that fatal phone call, which was chaos. Elizabeth, you were quoted as saying, I have no idea what this call was about.
Yes. I was given no understanding of what the costs were, Lord Sugar, not to my satisfaction.
When we rang, they were working out the costs when they was on the phone.
As far as we were concerned, you were clear. You were very, very
Actually,
clear.
if I could just kindly add on that phone call as well, we did say a 50 to 60% profit margin,
No,
which
that
you
information
agreed.
did not come through.
That phone call happened. Those numbers came from you.
Are you saying it's Elizabeth dealing with all
I
this,
did not.
these two at all?
Well, I think it's a contribution of all three, honestly, Lord Sugar, because we did stipulate
Well,
that
I can't
to
hear
them.
any contribution there at all from actually. You better speak up.
Elizabeth said she would do the negotiation. I think the negotiation is where you say, okay, based on the budget that you want, this is what we can offer you.
I charged Joanna and Sarah Jane to chat to the clients and get an understanding of what they would like. And I felt that it was getting very much out of control at one point because they just seemed to be jotting down champagne, open bar.
Who offered an open bar?
They asked for an open bar and they were nodding, taking notes on it, and they were giving the client the understanding that they're going to get. These two.
So it was our job to basically go through exactly what they wanted. What kind of food, what kind of drink, what kind of entertainment.
But not what kind of budget.
No. So we didn't discuss that until the end.
No, how it went was you pretty well offer them everything without saying, can we start off by what actually is your budget? Because then that would have given you a steer as to what you could offer them. So, Siobhan, you run events. You end up getting £2.5 grand. At that point, someone's got to go and cut their cloth accordingly.
Yeah, but they also said that they have really high expectations to be involved in the negotiation.
The boys had a similar situation, but they used their brain. They said, well, we're going to have to get a bit stingy here.
To be honest, for me, it's more about making the client happy. They offered a hell of a lot, and
This is about making me happy.
I know.
You know? All right, Bushra, I think they charged you with the numbers. When you went off ordering the stuff, why didn't you cut it down? Why didn't
I
someone
did.
cut it?
I said we need to cut this in half.
You said that though while I was actually on the call, actually calling through though.
Well, it seems to me, according to Claude, you don't know where you are half the time, Siobhan. Should I do this? Should I do that? Anyway, I want to talk about the stall now.
Yes, Lord Sugar.
Seems to be some altercation between you two and Jade. Why was there arguments there?
I think Joanna took a little bit of issue with Jade coming on the team.
No, I didn't.
I think the friction
That's the
occurred
truth.
because in the car we said that we was all going to sell. But as soon as we got there, Elizabeth said she wanted Jade out there and wanted me.
Jade was a good call.
Definitely, yeah.
Sold quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so I said, why don't we all
obviously someone
rotate
has to
and all
make
chip
it.
in?
Sarah Jane made it. What did you do?
I also made with Sarah Jane, and I did sell.
Joanna would not go out into the crowd and sell. We could have sold another 100 bags of
Elizabeth,
candy
I was
floss.
dying to sell.
We need a bit of honesty in this boardroom. I mean, I'm getting conflicting stories here. Siobhan, which two people are you bringing back into this boardroom?
I'm going to have to bring Elizabeth. She put us in a position that we didn't really need to be in. And by what Elizabeth says, it's going to have to be Joanna.
Can I respond to that, Lord Sugar?
Well, you will do when you come back in here.
Yes, Lord Sugar.
The rest of you, still arguing. I can't understand that. Go back to the house. I'm going to consult further with Claude and with Karen. Step outside and I'll call you back in shortly. At least one of you is going to be fired.
Yes, Lord Sugar.
But what a mess. I mean, it's just madness. They're just all arguing and shouting. Siobhan is supposed to be in this business. I can't believe that if she is profitable, that she does it like they did.
What she was committed to doing was giving client satisfaction, and I think the clients were very happy.
Elizabeth, she seems as if she was a sergeant in the army, you know? She's like Blinken. I don't know whether to believe her or not, because they violently disagree with what she's saying.
I mean, I like Elizabeth. What you see is what you get.
If there's a task to be done, she's in there, pitching, doing anything that's required.
And Joanna there doesn't agree with anything.
Given the opportunity, it is possible that she'll come out of her shell and do something constructive.
OK, we'll call them back in then.
Yes, Lord Sugar.
Can you send the three of them in, please?
Yes, Lord Sugar.
Thank you.
Lord Sugar, we'll see you now.
Siobhan, what I can't get over is that you should have known how to do this like clockwork. Find out how much they want to pay, find out how much it's going to cost. We take one away from the other, we come in with a profit.
You know, we did make a profit, if not as much as we should have. And most of the time, I have my mind on the fact that, you know, if you give them a couple of drinks to relax them, then their expectations might not be so high.
Well, you didn't make enough money.
Yeah.
And I would have thought you would have just walked this, really. Elizabeth, you lot were talking to the client as if you had Abramovich's American Express card. Spend, spend, spend. We'll do whatever you want.
I was trying to rein it back in, Lord Sugar. I did feel that the two other ladies in the meeting with me didn't really have a concept or a grasp
Elizabeth.
of what we had to sell.
We were very clear about what our roles were. You were sub-team leader, and you said, I'll cover the negotiation. And you were very, very quick to shake on that. There wasn't even any negotiation. And that's what happened.
Unfortunately...
What am I supposed to do, Elizabeth, after you've already shook on something?
Unfortunately, you were letting the client lead you, and unfortunately, you put me into a corner.
Oh, really? Well,
yes,
if
you
that's
did.
the case, then,
and if you
Elizabeth,
are not
if
aware
that's
of that,
the
you have
case-
no place in this process.
There's so many bloody arguments. When I said a box at Wembley, I don't mean it was actually going to be fist fighting. It's ridiculous. Elizabeth, you say that you're very good figuring out price points, figuring out profits.
Yes, Lord Chair.
Well, you know, talk about bury yourself on this particular task. You exercised none of that, did you?
I was provided with no detail. I went into a meeting blind.
Hang on, Bushra made it very, very clear what was included.
She did not. And when Bushra knew that the project manager was spending too much money, it was her responsibility to tell the project manager to stop.
Hang on, you should have...
before, Elizabeth.
Let me finish, please.
So, for example, I'm actually saying... Listen, let me speak a second.
Ladies, please show respect to one another.
To say that you're not responsible for anything is a joke, because you did do the negotiation.
Elizabeth, we did what you told us to do, and if we'd have done anything different, you would have said we were disruptive. You failed in that negotiation, and it wasn't a negotiation. You shook hands very quickly, and you buckled and overpromised.
I think you just need to accept certain things you did wrong.
Whoa. Ladies, I'm not going to listen to any more of this. I think we've flogged this to death now. I'm going to summarise how I see this situation at the moment. Siobhan,
There were fundamental errors made that an events manager would not make. Having said that, Elizabeth, I can't believe that you just put the phone down and you said, I've got no clue what that conversation was about. You should have got back on and said, look, I need some costs, I need some understanding. And as far as you're concerned, Joanna, you are very, very argumentative. I haven't seen you compliment anybody on doing anything. Everybody else, no, I don't want to hear any more from you. Everybody's wrong. And that one's not telling the truth. Or that one here is not telling the truth. You're a difficult person. But Elizabeth, you know, I do feel that the failure of this task was down to the promises made to the client. And on that basis, Elizabeth...
Lord Sugar my ice cream.
No, on that basis, Elizabeth, you know, you've made life very difficult for me. Having said all that, Siobhan, not having a strategy when this is your area of expertise, over-ordering is really a crime as far as I'm concerned. And on that basis, Siobhan, I regret to say that you're fired. I'm thinking to myself, do I need this aggravation? I don't need this aggravation. In fact, Joanna, you keep blaming everybody. You're going to be the project manager of the next task, like it or not, okay? All right, back to the house, the berry.
Thank you, Lord Sugar.
Okay.
Right.
The two girls fought a better battle than me. It is about making money, but client satisfaction is key, so I am who I am. For me, getting a thank you from my client means more to me than money sometimes.
Vitality, well done.
Yes! From what they said in boardroom, who do you reckon will come back?
Hopefully Joanna.
If Joanna can come back and start acting professional, then I'm more than happy to draw a line under it.
Well done, ladies, well done.
I'm like,
What was it like then? A few things were said in the boardroom by you, Elizabeth, that I found were lies.
Blanking back.
You know,
I
so,
don't,
I mean,
I
things
do
do
not
come out.
lie. What's the truth?
Well, you did.
Yes, honestly, you keep this fighting going because the more you fight, the more we win.
Now, 14 candidates remain. Lord Sugar's search for his next business partner continues. Next time, Lord Sugar's birthday.
I want you to acquire items which mark my life and career.
Go, go, go!
There's fun, games,
Don't act like a child.
I'm
Seriously.
not being a child,
But
Butter.
you're
I'll just
acting
do
like
as you
one.
ask me.
and fireworks.
No one knows where we're going or what
We're all running out of suggestions. Please feel free to tell us.
But in the boardroom,
A Japanese tourist just off a plane would have worked his way around London better than you lot.
the party's over.
A complete and utter farce. You're fired.
Honest subtitles are a great way of watching The Apprentice on BBC iPlayer. They don't hold back, and I'm sure Siobhan won't either. You can hear what she really thinks of getting fired over on BBC Two now. Go online for Blood, Sweat and Tears. It's all in a day's work for BBC Three's team of junior doctors.